Greetings and welcome today. Let's all take a seat, a comfortable seat in our chair with our sit bones firmly engaged to our chair, and our feet are firmly planted on the floor. Our shoulders are relaxed. Let's bring our shoulders up to our ears and then drop them onto our back. And let's lean our back onto our chair in a nice relaxed state. Let's feel all 10 toes. And let's close our eyes and begin breathing deeply to come present. Breathing deeply, inhaling fully through the nose, and exhaling fully through the mouth or nose, allowing the air to fully release from your belly. And as we slowly become present to this moment, bring all the busy and the frustration of the day to your mat. And just continue to breathe deeply, inhaling and exhaling fully. And as you continue to breathe, releasing the tension of the day, our theme for today's practice is protected. Like a young child who has come to know home as a safe haven, I know I am at home in the presence of God. I am mindful in this moment. I breathe out, releasing tension. I breathe in, knowing God as the love in my heart. As I take these deep cleansing breaths, I trust that at the level of spirit, no one and nothing is against me because I am one with God. I dwell in an abundant universe, and I am fully divine, just as I am fully human. Remembering this truth, I feel confident and self-assured as I take my place in the world. Now let's slowly open our eyes and become present. And if our back is up against our chair, let's bring our back forward away from the back of the chair in a nice neutral position. And let's bring our hands down to the side. And let's start stretching our shoulders by doing a nice shoulder shrug, inhaling, lifting our shoulders up to the ear, and exhaling, releasing our shoulders down. And again, let's inhale, bring the shoulders up to the ears, and exhale, release them down. And let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, shoulders to the ears. Exhale down. And last time together. Inhale, shoulders up, and exhale down. Now let's just alternate our shoulder. Let's lift the right shoulder. Down, and then the left shoulder up and down. Breathing deeply. right shoulder, and left shoulder. Let's do this one more time on each side, right shoulder, release, and left shoulder, and release. Now let's do a nice shoulder roll. Let's bring our shoulders up and roll back. Again, roll up and roll back. And one more time, bring the shoulders up and rolling back. Now let's just add our elbows. Let's bring our elbows up and roll back. Again, elbows up. And one more time. Now let's do that roll forward if that's comfortable for your body. Bringing the shoulders up to the ear and now rolling the shoulders forward, feeling the stretch in the back of your shoulders. Right across the top, you're feeling your pectoral muscles are contracting. And let's roll again one more time and forward. Now let's bring those elbows into play. Bring the elbows up with the shoulder and just roll down again. Shoulders up with the elbows. Roll forward. You're feeling a nice stretch in the back. And last time. And roll forward. Now let's just kind of shake those shoulders out a little bit. And let's move maybe halfway into your chair forward. And we're going to do a nice cat and cow stretch flow. Just kind of just stretch our shoulders and start stretching our back. So let's inhale. Open the chest, tilt the pelvis back, and just feel the chest open and the shoulders, interior deltoid stretching, and we'll feel the shoulder blades contract in the back. And then now let's exhale and move into a cat and just tilt your pelvis forward, drop your shoulders down in a relaxed position, and just drop your head. And then on the next inhale, let's flow into that cow. Nice stretch, feeling the contraction, our shoulders in the back, chest opening, and exhale. Back into that cat, the cat. Feel the pectoral muscles contracting now. Shoulder muscles stretching across the top of our shoulders. Let's do that one more time. Nice cow. And exhale into our cat. Now let's bring our body back to neutral position and we're going to do some torso twists. Now our hands can be here at heart center and you can just twist from right to left. Or you can just have your hands here at the side and twist your torso. So whatever is comfortable for your body. Let's move to our right first. Rotating the torso to the right, feeling the stretch in our hips and in our oblique muscles. If you'd like to extend the stretch, you can bring the arm behind the chair if you like. Just move in a way that's comfortable for your body. And on the inhale, let's come back to the center. And then on the exhale, let's turn over to our left again, using our hands to guide us, to extend our stretch, or to keep our hands at heart center, whatever is comfortable for the body. Let's inhale and come back, center. And let's twist to the right. On the exhale, inhaling, coming back to the center. And exhaling, turning that torso over to the left. And let's come back to the center. And let's do that twist one more time. Twist over to our right. Feeling that stretch. Holding and breathing. And then on your next inhale, coming back to the center. And the last torso twist over to our left. Keeping our breathing deep and full. And coming back to center. Excellent. Now let's stretch our bicep and our tricep. Let's bring our hands down to our side. All right. And let's take our arm, the left arm out to the side and just bring it across the front of our body. And then let's take our right arm and hook it in. And we've done this stretch before, so let's make sure that our shoulder is relaxed and down. You can either hold here or hook. If you've hooked, that leaves our fingers and hands available. So let's do some nice little hand exercises here while we're stretching the shoulder. Let's ball our fingers into a soft fist and then open the fingers out wide. And just give our fingers and our hands a nice stretch as we're stretching our shoulder as well. And let's do one more with our fingers. And we can release this right hand down and bring the left arm out to the side. And on the exhale, bring that hand down to the side. Let's do the same thing on the right side. Let's lift the arm up on the inhale. And on the exhale, let's bring the arm across the front of the body. Let's also take this left arm and make this hook. Pull this arm into the body, making sure that this shoulder is down and relaxed. So make adjustments so that it's comfortable for you, no pain. Just you're feeling a nice intense stretch. And again, we have our hands and our fingers free. So now we're just going to do a rotation. We can ball our fingers into our palm, and let's do a rotation of the wrist while we're stretching that shoulder. One direction, and then let's rotate the opposite direction while we're stretching that shoulder. All right, let's open the fingers back out. Let's release this left arm from hooking our right arm. Open our arm back out, and on the exhale, drop the arm down to the side. Now, while our hands are down here at the side, we're going to do some stretching of our hands. And so what I'd like to do is for us to keep the left arm down, and let's face the palm towards the camera. And let's have a nice stretch. I want you to feel the stretch in this bicep. Now let's take this right arm and bring it up and bend the elbow, and then just place the hand at the back of our neck. We've done this before, but now let's focus on the stretching of our bicep on the left side and the tricep on the right side. And let's just hold this pose and breathe deeply, feeling the stretch in those muscles. And let's take this right hand, let's release this arm, bring it back up, and then on the exhale, slowly bring it down back to the side of the chair. Now let's do the same thing on the opposite side. So let's take the right arm, turn the palm facing to the camera, and stretch your arm. Feel the stretch in the bicep. Let's take the left arm and bring it up on an inhale. On the exhale, let's bend the elbow, bring that hand behind our neck. And now let's feel the stretch on the bicep, on the right-hand side, and the tricep on the left-hand side. And just hold this pose and breathe deeply. And on the next inhale, let's bring this left arm up. And on the exhale, bring that arm back down to the side, and you can rotate the right wrist so the palms of your hands are facing the side of your chair. And let's make sure we haven't slumped in our posture. Let's elongate our spine and our abdominals and get those shoulders relaxed and dropped. So now we're going to do some exercising and stretching of our hands. Let's take our hands at the side of our chair and let's see if we can touch our fingers to the side of the chair with our wrist flexed down, and just hold this pose here, feeling the stretch in your wrist, breathing deeply. Your fingertips are just touching the chair. And now let's release that flexion of the wrist. Hands go straight. And now let's flex the wrist up. So now the palms of our hands are facing the floor. And you'll feel a nice stretch in your forearms from this stretch. And just hold and breathe. And on the next exhale, let's just release the flexion in our wrist. Drop our palms back to facing the chair. And now let's just shake our hands out. Nice and relaxed. Excellent. Let's bring our hands to our thighs, and we're going to do some stretching of our neck now. So let's take our right ear and slowly drop it to our right shoulder. And just hold this pose, feel the stretching on the left side of your neck, down into that left shoulder, and then feel the contraction on the right side of your neck. And breathing deeply into any edge or discomfort or little soreness that you may feel as you're stretching. And on the next inhale, bring your head forward. And now let's turn our head and look towards our right shoulder. Just look over that right shoulder. Again, feeling the extended stretch. And on the exhale, let's drop our chin down to touch our chest as our eyes look into that armpit on the right side. Now you should feel a little bit more stretching around the back side of the shoulder and the neck. And now let's slowly drag our chin that's on our chest to the center of our chest. Keeping our head down, shoulders relaxed. Now feeling the stretch along both sides of our neck, down into our spine. Hold and breathe. And on the next inhale, let's slowly lift our head up, back to neutral position. Now let's do that same stretch on the left side. So let's drop that left ear over to the left shoulder and just hold the stretch. Feeling the muscles stretching from your shoulder into your neck. Continue to breathe deeply. And then on the exhale, let's bring our head back to neutral position. Now on the exhale, let's turn our head and look over the left shoulder. Holding the stretch as you're feeling it across the back of the neck now and the shoulder. And on the exhale, let's slowly drop our chin to our chest as we look into our left armpit. Feeling that nice stretch in the back of the neck. Now, on the next inhale, let's drag our chin across our chest, back to the center, holding our head down so we can experience the stretch across both sides of our neck, into our shoulders, down our spine. And on the next inhale, let's bring our head back to neutral position. Excellent. So we're just going to do some arm stretches to increase mobility. If you have a strap or a belt nearby, grab that. If you do not, it's okay. You can do this without the strap. But if you have the strap, I would like you to place it in your hands and open your arms out. If you don't have a strap, you just bring your arms out to the side. And what we're going to do is on the inhale, we're going to bring our arms up and then rotate back to your range of motion. Bring it up to your over your head and then back down. So if you have a strap, it looks like this, or a belt. The inhale is up over your head, and then the exhale is back to your range of motion, whatever is comfortable for your body. Listen to your body. On the inhale, bring the strap back over your head or your arms. And then on the exhale, bring your arms down. And again, let's do that again. Inhale up. And now we're engaging the mobility in our shoulders. We stretched our shoulders out and our back. Now we're building mobility and flexibility. And maintain your breathing nice and controlled. We'll do this 2 more times. Exhale back to your range of motion. And last time. And you can bring the arms all the way down. If you have a strap, you can release it at this time. If not, just bring your hands all the way down to the side. And we'll come back with the strap a little bit later. So keep it nearby if you have it. So now let's do a nice back bend. Let's finally stretch all these muscles. So if you're seated back in your chair, let's come forward just a little bit. And let's wrap our hands around our waistline. Let's lift our chest. And let's slowly lean back, lifting our chest forward, tilting our pelvis back, and getting a nice back stretch. And on the next inhale, let's bring our body forward. And let's drop our hands down to the side. And let's do a back stretch another way. Let's bring our arms back. Again, lifting the chest, feeling the shoulder blades squeeze. Do not hold your breath. Just breathe deeply and fully, feeling those shoulder blades contracting. And on the exhale, bring our shoulders forward and arms down to the side. Great. Let's do the back bend one more time. Hands at our waist. Lift our chest up. And tilt the pelvis back. And lean our shoulders back and lift our chest. Breathe deeply, and on the next inhale, bring the body to neutral position. Bring our hands back to our thighs, and let's do a nice forward fold slowly to increase the flexibility in our hips. So let's start with just bringing our forearms to our thighs. We'll start here. And then if our body is saying okay, let's slowly walk our hands down to the front of our legs. When you reach your sweet spot, making sure your sit bones remain in the chair. Go as far as your hips will allow. Your back remains flat. Find your spot and hold. Breathing deeply. And on the next inhale, let's slowly walk our hands back up to our legs. We can bring our forearms to our thighs for support, and then slowly bring our body back to neutral position. All right, let's take a short break, get a sip of water, and let's come to our chair. And we'll stand behind our chair. All right, so let's join me behind your chair. I'm going to turn my chair to the side. You can see me. And let's stand with our feet hip width apart and our arms length from the chair. Good. And so we're going to stretch our feet as we do often when we're standing. So let's lift our left toe or left heel off the floor. Bending at our toes. Feel that nice stretch in our calf. And on the exhale, let's drop that heel back. All right, let's do the same thing on the right, I'm sorry. Come up on the ball of that foot, feeling the stretch in the foot and in the calf, and then on the exhale, drop that heel back. Now, let's do both feet. Lift the heels up on the inhale. Roll onto the ball of the feet to your range of motion. Hold. And And on the next exhale, slowly drop our heels back. Feeling the stretch in our calf muscles. Now let's stretch the top of our foot. So the left foot, let's shift the weight into our heels and lift the toe up off of the floor to your range of motion. Feel that stretch in the back of the calf. On the exhale, drop the toes back to the floor. And let's do the same thing on this right foot. Let's lift the toes, shifting the weight back into the heels, feeling the stretch across the top of our foot. That's our dorsal muscle across the top of our foot, feeling the stretch in our calf. And on the exhale, let's drop those toes back to the floor. Now let's do this with both feet. You have your chair as support. Shift the weight back into the heels and let's lift both toes off of the floor, feeling that extended stretch in your shins, in your calf muscles, and that dorsal muscle. And on the exhale, drop the toes back to the floor. Now let's do a nice heel toe. Heel toe, you can hold on to the chair if you like, or just swing your arms. Whatever is comfortable for your body, you can alternate holding on to the chair. Just feel that nice flexion in our feet. Stretching the dorsal muscle and the plantar fasciata. Good. One more on each side. And let's bring both heels down. All right. Now let's start working on our legs. Remember, we talked about strengthening our legs so that we take pressure off of our knees. Strengthen our legs also helps us with our balance and prevents falls. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do some squats. So again, your feet are hip width apart, and we're going to shift the weight back into our heels. We're going to push our glutes back, and then we're going to drop those glutes and our body into a flat back. And you can bring your arms out to the side, straight out in front of you, holding on to the chair or right here, whatever is comfortable for you, for your body. But this is our squat. And then on the inhale, we're going to bring our body up and we're going to squeeze those glutes. All right, and that's going to strengthen our glute muscles and our thigh muscles. So here we go. Squat. Exhale. And inhale. Bring the body up and squeeze. And exhale into that squat. Remember, no stress on the knees. Weight is back into your heels. Back is flat. Inhale, bring the body back to neutral position, squeeze those glutes. Exhale, press down into the squat. Inhale, slowly come up, squeezing those glutes. And last one, exhale, shift the weight, move into the squat, feeling the tightening in our thighs. And inhale, bring the body up to neutral position. Excellent. Now we're going to work the inner and outer thigh muscles. We worked the quads and the hamstrings with the squats. Now we're going to do plies, and we're going to work the inner and outer thigh muscles. So let's turn our feet to the side at an angle. And I want you to find the position that's comfortable for your body. So we're going to take our sit bones and we're going to go straight to the floor. Your range of motion, keeping your body upright, holding onto the chair for support. You do not want your knees to go over the toe. You're feeling the contraction on the outer thigh, and then as you come up, you feel the contraction on the inner thigh. So let's do some of these with breathing. So exhale, squatting down to your range of motion, keeping your back in neutral position. And inhale, come up, squeezing those inner thigh muscles. And exhale down. And inhale up. And exhale down. Inhale up. Let's do two more. Exhale down. Inhale up. And last one. Exhale down. And inhale up. Excellent. Let's bring our feet together. And now we're going to focus on our inner and outer thigh muscle and our hamstring and our quad. So I'm going to turn towards the camera, and I'm going to start with my right leg, and we're going to do forward leg lifts. We're going to do lateral side leg lifts, and then we're going to do a hamstring curl to work both of these muscles. So we're going to do 8 of each starting on the right side, and then we'll do the same thing on the left side. So let's take our time. Let's make sure we're firmly planted. You can, on the lift, you can bring the leg up and then come back and bring your foot back to the floor, or you can keep the foot off of the floor, whatever is comfortable for your body. So let's get started with this right leg. Lift, inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. That's 2. Now, how high you get the leg is not as important as that you're feeling the movement in your hip and in your glute. This is 5, 3 more. Keeping the knees slightly bent, but moving from the hip. 7 and 8. All right, that's the forward lateral leg lift. Now let's do the same thing, lifting from the side. Again, it's the form that's important, not so much how high you raise your leg. So on the inhale lift, exhale. Again, you can place the foot firmly back onto the floor, or you may keep it off the floor as you strengthen the supporting leg. Our foot is flexed. Toes are pointing towards the camera. This is 4. And 5. 6. And 7. Last one, 8. Excellent. Now you should have felt that on that right hip right there. So now we're going to do the hamstring curl. So you're going to feel this in the quads and the hamstring. Again, the goal is the form, not so much whether you can get your foot up to your glutes or not. So on the inhale, bend the knee. Exhale, bring the foot down. Again, inhale. Listen to how this feels with your knee. If you're experiencing any soreness in your knee, you may not get the range of motion that you would like. Do not put your body through any type of pain. You just want to feel stretching discomfort or soreness, but no pain. This is 5. 6. 7. And 8. Excellent. So let's just kind of walk that out, walk those 2 legs out. And now I'm going to do the same thing on the other leg. I'm just going to move my chair over. So I have room to work on my opposite leg. All right, so we're going to start with the forward lift. All right, on the count of 8, inhale. 2. 3. 4. 5. Nice and controlled movements. 6. We're not swinging, we're lifting and placing. 7. And 8. Now let's do our side lateral lift. Again, that foot is flexed. Here we go. Inhale. Toes are pointed towards the camera. 2. You want to feel that stretch on this inner and outer thigh muscles. 3. 4. Feeling the movement in the hip as well. 5. 6. 7. And 8. Excellent. Now let's move into our hamstring curl. Again, bending the knee, listening to your knee. Inhale, exhale. You may have better range of motion on one leg than the other, and that's okay. Feeling the contraction and the stretch in our hamstring and our quads. 4. 5. 6. 7. Last one is 8. Excellent. Now let's stretch these hip muscles and leg muscles before we move into our balance poses. So let's take this this left leg and cross it over our right foot at the ankle. And on the next exhale, I want you to hinge from your hip. Move into a flat back first. See how this feels in your hips and in your back. And if your body says, okay, continue to bring your hands all the way to the floor. Touch your toes. Listen to your body and your range of motion where your body is allowing you to move in a comfortable pose. Hold and breathe. And on the next inhale, let's slowly bring the body back up. Go to flat back first. And then bring the body all the way back to neutral position. And let's uncross the left over the right. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Let's take the right foot and cross it over the left at the ankles. And on the next exhale, when you're ready, let's hinge from our hips. Move to a flat back first. Make sure the body is feeling okay and comfortable with this move. And if the body is agreeable, then slowly bring the torso down so that your hands are touching your feet or the floor. Your back continues to remain flat. Breathe deeply and hold. And on the next inhale, let's slowly bring the body back to that flat back first. And then continue to bring the torso all the way to neutral position. And let's uncross our legs. Now let's move into our balance pose, our tree pose. So let's start with balancing on the right leg. We're going to rotate our left hip outward. Remember, we're challenging ourselves on our balance. So my challenge is to hold my tree pose with my foot up near my thigh. So let's start with our count. Breathing deeply, find your position for your leg and your arm. And let's start counting now. Breathe deeply, 60 seconds. Focus on a spot in your room. And hold the pose. Hold on to your chair or the wall for support. It's okay. This is a practice. And release. I didn't do so good on that side, so let's see if I can do better on this side. All right, let's walk that out. Now let's ground, stabilize the left leg, move our right leg into position. Again, challenge yourself. Find that position that challenges you. And now let's begin our count, our 60-second count, breathing deeply and focus. And release. Excellent, ladies. Excellent. I am so proud of you. I know that you did well, even if I can't see you. All right, let's come back to our chair as we move into our cool down and our meditation and rest. All right, so let's position our body for a few warrior poses. So I'd like you to come forward in your seat and let's take this right leg out to the side and the left leg is forward. And let's position yourself in your chair so that you're comfortable. And so on the inhale, I'd like us to bring our arms out to the side. And hold here. And this is considered our warrior two pose. And just hold with that arms out to the side. Now we're just going to bend from side to side. So we're going to do what is considered a reverse warrior, meaning we're going to drop the hand down to the right leg and lift the left arm up. So this is going to be our reverse warrior pose. And hold, feel the stretch. And then we're going to move into a side angle pose. So we're going to bring this left arm down. We're going to bend the elbow and bring it right across our thigh on the leg this bent. And then we're going to bring our right arm up. And we're going to breathe. And we're going to feel the stretch along the right-hand side. And so we're just going to flow into these poses. So now we're going to do reverse angle. Left arm is up, right arm is stretched out. And then we're going to move into the side angle. And we're going to bend the elbow, rest it on our thigh, and reach our right arm to the ceiling. And let's do this with a nice flow of breathing, feeling the stretch along our side body. And let's do one more. And let's come back with the arms, shoulder length to height, and exhale, drop down. Now let's just switch our legs and we'll do this on the other side. So now the right leg, the knee is bent and forward, and now the left leg is out to the side. Position yourself in your chair so it's comfortable for you. I'm gonna move my chair over so. All right, so on the next inhale, let's bring our arms up, out to the side. Shoulders are relaxed. Now we're gonna do our reverse warrior. So that means we're gonna drop this left arm down to our straightened leg, and we're gonna lift the left arm up and feel the nice stretch on the right side body. Breathing deeply, and we're feeling the contraction on the left side. And then we're going to rotate our torso, bend the right elbow, rest it on our bent thigh, and then reach our left arm up. Contraction is now on the right side of the body and the stretching is on the left. And now let's do a nice flow. Let's do a couple of these. Extended reverse warrior. And then back to side angle. And let's do this one more time. Flow into reverse warrior. And then flow into the side angle. And then on the next inhale, let's bring our body back to neutral position, arms out. And on the exhale, bring the arms down to the side. And then we can bring this leg that's stretched out back, parallel with our right leg. So let's now sit back in our chair. We're going to move into our rest phase. And let's lean back into our chair, dropping our shoulders onto our back. Sit bones are firmly planted in our chair now. And let's move into our deep relaxation breathing. Let's close our eyes and move into our time of rest, where we take this time to renew and restore our energies. As we breathe in peace and calm, we breathe out tension, frustration, and anxiety. Thank yourself for taking the time to be here today. Breathe in an attitude of gratitude for giving yourself self-care and the opportunity for healing. And as we slowly return to present, let's open our eyes and place our hands over our heart as we feel our heart beating in a slow, relaxed, rhythmic pace. And we feel the rise and fall of our chest as that life-giving breath flows in and out of our body. And we are at peace. And on the next inhale, let's circle our arms up and bring our palms together and exhale into heart center. Again, nice circle of the arms, full inhale of the breath, palms together, exhale slowly into heart center. And our final breath, final big inhale of the practice. And exhale into heart center. Peace and blessings, ladies. Thank you for being here today. Make sure everybody's okay. Give me my thumbs up.